a lot of teams in Division One playing college basketball, and one of the great things about playing in a league like the SEC is occasionally you have an opportunity to play maybe the best team in the country on your home floor. How many college basketball teams get that opportunity? It's not very many. And so that's why you come to a place like Auburn and play in this league, to have a chance to play against what I think is the best team in the league and the best team in the country. Right now, their margin of victory in SEC games is plus 22. They're scoring 85. They're giving up 63. They're number one in three-point offense and two-point offense. They're number one in two-point defense and three-point defense. I don't know that I've seen anything like that. And the difference between probably this team and some of the other great, talented Alabama teams that we've faced is they're really locked in defensively. The three-point field goal percentage defense like 21%, and they're nationally ranked defensively too. So this is by far the most talented team we played. It's an extremely well coached team. They've won on the road, and they're playing great. Obviously, playing great right now. I'm really proud of my team for how we're playing. We've lost 3 out of the last 4, but the losses at West Virginia and at Tennessee and at Texas A&M, 3 hard places to play where we put ourselves in position to have a chance to win. I don't know how many teams could do that, and these guys have been able to do that just because they've been grinding, and even though the competition is getting better, we've also gotten better, just not enough to win. Questions?
Bias?
BP, talking to Dylan earlier, he was saying the mindset of the team is good despite the streak. How do you guys get it to stay there and then improve towards this weekend coming?
Well, that mindset is good. I mean, and it should be good. Just from the standpoint of, let's just say you're on the road against 3 NCAA tournament teams, and you have a chance to win. Our guys should feel good about a lot of things that they're doing, putting themselves in position to win. So, they know that this will be our greatest challenge, and they know we have to have special. We're gonna have a great scout, and but you could play the slippery rock there if you want to. Vanderbilt beat Tennessee, and Alabama beat Vanderbilt by I don't know how many. They pounded Florida last night. They've been pounding people.
Ethan?
Bruce, what did you like about the 2-point guard lineup a couple times against A&M? I think I've got a handful of assists. What did you like about it?
It was Trey helps us offensively. Having him went on the floor together does help us a bit offensively. Just looking at different things, looking at different ways to score. But you can't give up 80 points and win. You just can't. Meanwhile, these guys are averaging 85, and nobody's been able to hold them down. So they make it over 11.5 threes a game. They got a bunch of guys that can shoot it. They spread it. I've always told you, Coach Oates is one of the best coaches in the country, and does a really good job. So guarding them. And guarding them in transition, they play really fast. The one thing about the game, it'll be up tempo. It'll be an exciting game because the pace that both teams like to play at.
Bruce, you guys kind of shut down the 2 Tennessee guards on Saturday in that low-scoring game. When it comes to defending Brandon Miller, how difficult is it, and what have you seen from him that makes it so difficult?
Brandon is he's a great player, great talent, great kid, great family. We had him on campus for an official visit, and we just couldn't break that roll tide. Dad played football, and thought he was actually going to go pro. but he just reminds you so much. The kind of year he's having for Alabama reminds you so much the kind of year that Jabari had for us. He can score at all three levels. He's he may have been 6'7" in high school. He's legitimately 6'9" now, and he's a 6'9" two guard.
Mm-hmm.
So, he presents, he presents just enormous challenges as far as how you guard them and whether you can switch or not, because he'll just take advantage of matchups.
Has Sears made a big difference getting him in as a transfer?
Yeah, Sears has been great. We offered Sears but he was a Muscle Shoals boy. Grew up probably wanted to go to Alabama his whole life, and he just an older guard transfer. One of the things that makes Alabama really special doesn't get talked. They have 3 elite playmaking guards, and Bradley, and Sears, and Quinterly. Those are 3 elite playmaking guards, and so in different ways, imagine having 3 Wendell Greens on the floor at the same time, with a little bit different abilities. It just makes it really, and they'll play 2 of them together, and so those guys can all shoot it. They can all, certainly Quinterly and Sears, great shooters. It's hard to find. I've tried working really hard the last 2 days, trying to find weaknesses for you. There aren't many.
Bruce, you said on Tuesday night after the game was going to take your best basketball to beat Alabama this weekend. Dylan just came here and said the same thing. Is it encouraging though for you guys that even with the losses, like y'all had great games, a great offense, great defense, it's just about putting it all together for one?
It's funny. Like, obviously, we've been preparing for this, right? So I've had more pastors and ministers and friends reach out to me after a couple losses, going, guys, do you guys know what we have ahead of us still, right? like hold on to Psalm 23 for a little while. We don't need that just yet. But for me, as long as I can control the controllables, like listening to the broadcast last night on ESPN, Jimmy Dike said that Auburn would be a desperate team. We've got opportunities in front of us. Depends where your perspective is. Like, I don't feel desperate. I feel like I got a really good team that's playing really hard, that is competing every night, and we're giving ourselves a chance. I don't feel desperate. I understand that. I understand our schedule. Look, we'll have the toughest schedule in the league this year. We have Alabama twice, and the league, that's by our natural traveling partners. And the league gave us Tennessee and Texas A&M twice. Well, everybody knew Texas A&M and Tennessee were going to be the top 4 or 5 teams in the league. And anybody that didn't think Texas A&M wasn't going to be there, don't you remember the team that finished the season last year, and they brought most of those guys back. So everybody thought they were going to be really good. And they weren't really good till they started conference play, but they really were. So, and then we got to go to Kentucky. So we have the toughest schedule in the league. And look, the way things work, you get pounded. Like, if we'd have gone on the road and gotten pounded like most teams have gotten pounded in Knoxville, that would hurt us worse. We got to continue to do what we're doing and put ourselves in position to win, and that's what we've done so far, and that's what I hope to do on Saturday.
Any more questions? Nope.